A house of horrors. A woman caught a spirit trying to take her child to the other world on camera. Why is the poltergeist ravaging? The psychics are going to unveil the mystery hidden in a grave. This is Psychic Investigations, a channel of true impressive stories of people who ask for help from those who call themselves clairvoyants. Using their abilities, the psychics solve tangled criminal cases and unbelievable mysterious stories. A family is afraid to lose their long-expected daughter, Lisa, and is asking for our help. The parents are sure an otherworldly force is trying to kill the baby girl, as awful things have started happening to her recently.
I heard a massive rumble. I came and saw the lamp lying next to her. She was in a baby walker. I don't know how it didn't hit her head.
There was no chance the girl could reach the lamp in her baby walker. Strange though, but the heavy lamp seemed to have fallen itself.
This was so horrific.
Last month, out of a sudden, the heavy chest of drawers fell next to the baby girl. If she had been just a step closer, she could have died.
I checked it myself. It's extremely hard to overturn the chest. I can't even move it without help. This was the point where I started to feel genuinely frightened.
On top of that, the mother has been having the nightmare of the evil force taking away her daughter.
In the dream, there were arms stretching from the wall. They were huge, and they took Lisa.
And now, even when she's awake, the woman sometimes sees a man in the armchair next to the baby's playpen.
I was sitting on this couch, and I turned my head and saw a man sitting in the chair, gesturing to me to be quiet. I was paralyzed by horror and couldn't say anything. My throat got constricted, and all of my limbs were suddenly immobilized.
Olha films her daughter's every step for their family archive. And the thing she saw in the recent video stunned her numb. The camera caught some strange gray spheres next to the baby.
First, I thought it was probably a mouse running or something. What could be the explanation to it? This is the video that proves I'm not losing my mind, and something's really going on here.
Why did we contact you? We'd like to know where it came from and how we can rid ourselves of it.
A gypsy clairvoyant, Rubina Tsibulska, and an Azerbaijani psychic, Kayal Alekperov, took up the investigation. Rubina is already in the village where Lisa's family lives. Kayal is supposed to arrive later. The girl's mom is waiting for the psychics, while her father is traveling on an urgent matter.
Hello.
Hello.
Give me your hand. You fear for the child a lot. The feeling is contagious. My heart is thumping now.
It's like something is trying to take her away.
I need to work with the girl.
Little Lisa is in her stroller in the yard. Her scared parents never leave her alone. Her Aunt Hannah, Olha's younger sister, is looking after her.
I'll need to perform a ritual to receive the information from her. The ritual isn't too powerful not to harm her.
That's what matters most.
Let me charm the water. Now we need to put a little on her hands. Dear God.
What? What do you see there? I'm scared.
I see a cradle. It's her cradle. And in the cradle, there's a bottom. Something like a pit. It's deep. It's a grave.
Does the clairvoyant see the baby in the grave? But who's trying to take her to the netherworld? To find it out, Rubina goes to work inside the house.
Let's check the cards. The woman, she is the source of your daughter's problems, and she's from the world of the dead. This woman, she looks delirious. It's like she's partially mad.
My aunt committed suicide last summer.
Name?
Natalia.
I see a tunnel and there's a scream echoing in it. What could the tunnel be? Is it a railway runnel?
It's a well. She jumped into the well. An artificial well looks like a long tube, a tunnel.
The woman jumped into the well in her yard only a few before she turned 60. It was Olha's birthday.
I needed to understand if Olha's aunt was harming the little Lisa. For it, I had to contact her, and I needed to do it through someone whose blood was closest to hers.
The deceased woman's sister, Olha's mother, and Lisa's grandmother lives in the neighboring village.
Hello, Mom, we need your help. She's coming.
Meanwhile, Kayal Alekperov is already approaching.
I had a strange dream. It was about a woman. She was wet through. She looked up and said, "I didn't want to do it." And she asked to forgive her. I saw a children's room without walls. And a man was standing over the cradle. His feet were covered with roots growing from the underground. "Stop! There's a girl over there!"
The psychic stopped the van at a junction. Olha's house is nearby, around the bend. What worried him so much?
A little girl's spirit. She says she died on this junction. She says she was hit by a vehicle, and her mom saw it. "Why are you here?" She says, "I'm waiting for the girl from that house."
This is incredible, but that is the house in which the little Lisa and her parents live. Is the spirit from the junction that Kayal Alekperov sees waiting for her? Can the Lisa really die?
The girl says, "When it's completely dark, we can leave this world. This is it." She disappeared. Her words worried me a lot. A junction is a portal through which souls come and go to the netherworld. She is waiting here for another soul. We need to hurry. We can't wait.
In the meantime, Olha's mother meets Rubina Tsibulska.
I want to summon her to know if it's her spirit that's bothering the baby. Oh God, I feel her fear. It seems she's recoiling from you.
Her sons and husband forbade her to speak to me.
The deceased Natalia's husband and 2 sons didn't let her speak to her sister and elderly mother because the latter bequeathed her house to Yevgenia's family.
We used to be very close. We were an organic whole.
It was hard for Olha's aunt to bear the conflict between the families. Eventually, she developed a severe depression, which eventually led to her suicide.
She quarreled with her children. I feel like they tried to force her away from home.
Yes, not long before it happened, they decided to send her to an asylum. It was Thursday, and they were supposed to take her there on Friday. And so she jumped into the well on Thursday night.
This is so horrible. Let's summon her. Through fire. Natalia's spirit, reveal yourself. She won't answer. She refuses to appear. Just a sec. Kyle can help me. Let's ask him.
Hello.
Kyle, the cards showed me a woman. She's dead. And she's out of her mind. Olha claims this is her aunt. You see? I'd like to ask you to also check it and see why she won't answer our summons.
Give me your hand, please. I can't forget my dream. I saw a woman, she was wet all over, and she said, "Tell them to forgive me." I didn't want to do it. She says she loves you a lot, and she would never harm you or your children. And she didn't respond to you because she feared you wouldn't forgive her.
We forgave her long ago.
Olha's aunt had nothing to do with it. Probably, it wasn't even her in the cards. This meant there was another dead woman who was insane. I couldn't understand, though, who she was and what danger she posed to the girl.
On my way here, I saw a girl spirit. She was over there, on the junction not far from your house.
Our neighbor's daughter was hit by a bus.
She said she'd been with her mom.
She held her hand as they walked.
As it turned out, a bus ran over the 6-year-old daughter of Olha's neighbors. She ran to the road so suddenly that her mother couldn't stop her and prevent the disaster.
The girl's spirit told me she was waiting for some girl, and she pointed towards your house. She wants to take her to the netherworld with her.
It's just horrible.
And she said one more thing, that it will all happen when it's completely dark.
Kayal, what could this mean? What's she talking about?
What I can't understand is why she didn't simply say, "at night." In any case, Rubina, we don't have much time.
It's just horrible.
I need to see the baby.
Yes, let's go to see the girl.
The baby girl for whom her family is so concerned is sleeping peacefully in her room.
I felt the girl had been a step from death several times, but something saved and protected her. There are otherworldly forces in this house. The meeting with us can activate them, so it's dangerous for the child to be here.
The scared Olha calls a taxi and asks her sister to take Lisa with her.
I'll work in your daughter's room.
Wait, I hear something. Can you hear it?
Yes, it's like a baby babbling.
Yes, like a baby.
It's weird, but the noise comes from Lisa's room, from under her bed. Everyone who is inside hears it.
Yes, I also heard a baby babbling.
Just a moment. Hush. Hush. Wait. Oh, God.
A black cat. God, such a huge black cat.
My God. My God.
Can I go out? My goodness, what is it doing in the house? God.
God under Lisa's bed.
God, the huge black cat. How did it get in here? The door and the windows were closed.
Isn't it yours?
I don't have cats.
It's not our cat.
Drive it out. Make it leave, quick. But the place Cat chose worried me most of all. Why was it hiding under Lisa's bed?
I'm looking at the wall and see a man trying to go out of it.
Olha saw a man sitting in the armchair at night.
The man was sitting in the chair, showing me to be quiet.
I need to work in the room where you saw the man. We've got to hurry. It's getting dark. Do you remember what the girl from the junction said about darkness?
The thing Kayal Alekperov sees in this room makes him call everybody else immediately. It's incredible, but the chandelier is swinging like it's an earthquake.
What is it?
Oh my God, why is it swinging so much?
Has anybody hung themselves in this house?
Do you see the man here?
Yes, I do. He lived here long ago. The man was wealthy.
Yes, well-dressed. Whenever I see him, he's very well-dressed.
He wears spectacles. His handwriting is neat. I see him write something and then hang himself.
My God, it's terrible.
Is the man's spirit the otherworldly force that's attacking the house? But who is he? And why is the hunting the girl?
It's the man from my dream. Apart from your aunt, I also saw him. He was standing by the cradle in the children's room without walls.
He is the owner of the house.
When he was sitting in the chair, he was calm and confident, like he owned this place.
Was it here, on this spot?
Yes, it was here.
Was Lisa somewhere around?
Lisa was here in the playpen.
The house is quite old. It was built in the early 20th century.
The house is old and some rich landowner lived in it. His family name was similar to ours, Radzinski or Redwinski. He committed suicide.
I asked the spirit, "Why are you showing yourself to this woman? What do you want from her?" And he said he was helping to protect her daughter.
Is he protecting her?
The child was supposed to die twice when furniture fell on her. He says he prevented it. I saw that the man had a beautiful wife and a little daughter. But then something terrible happened. They both died from some awful illness. And the man, unable to bear the grief, hung himself on the chandelier in the house. Now his spirit is helping the little Lisa to oppose the evil force because she reminds him of his daughter. If you like, I can help you get rid of the spirit. But he says it will harm you because he's on your side.
Let him stay, I don't mind. But then again, what do the arms stretching from the wall mean?
He wanted to show where the danger to your daughter comes from. Therefore, we have to search Lisa's room.
The cat wasn't there for no reason.
The cat seems to be connected to this place somehow, and the fact that it suddenly appeared in the closed room gives me an idea that it wasn't a cat at all.
I'm being led there. Move it further. Move it further. My God, I feel emptiness. It's a pit. A bottom inside the cradle. Like a pit. A pit. A child is buried here. It's a child's grave.
This room was added later to the old house.
I feel the energy of a cemetery.
I see a woman, she's pregnant, it's her third or fourth child because I see many children around her. She kills her baby. She drinks something. It's some sort of poison.
I see the woman give birth to a dead baby. It's a girl. And it seems she buried her right here.
I know what they're talking about.
Really?
In that old part of the house, a woman lived, and she indeed had many children, but she drank heavily, and she didn't give birth to them. Instead, she performed abortions herself and buried them.
She killed the baby at the final stages of her pregnancy. It was an almost formed human being who had a soul. This room was added to the house later. This killed baby's grave was disturbed during its construction, and so her spirit woke up.
And when you installed the cradle over the grave, you reinforced the connection with the dead baby.
I didn't know about it.
And she's been trying to take her away.
This house is full of ghosts.
Then I finally realized what the cat was. It was the spirit of that poor, buried baby girl. She was sitting over her grave under the little Lisa's bed. The flying gray spheres were also her spirit, as spirits can assume different shapes.
I couldn't even think I was walking on the grave. This is horrifying.
It's unbelievable. The light went off in the house.
What is it?
The light's off.
Here it goes.
This is it, the complete darkness. Rubina, this is what the girl from the junction told me. She says, "I'm waiting for the girl. When it's completely dark, her soul will appear."
My God,
When the light went off and the darkness shrouded us, It was the sign that the portal on the junction was open. We need to pacify the buried girl's spirit, so she won't pose danger to your daughter. And we also need to put a protection spell on your family.
We've got to hurry to let her spirit go before the portal closes. Her soul's leaving. It's flying away.
May she forgive us. We didn't know.
Always keep this in your house. Take a piece of cloth, preferably green. Wrap it in it. It's your protective charm.
Now, when nothing threatens Lisa's life, the girl can come back home.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I am really grateful to Rubina and Kayal. I appreciate what you did.
Several months after the investigation by the psychics, Olha called us to inform us that the things had returned to normal.
Nothing falls or collapses. Nothing like that happens anymore. Thank you so much.
This is beyond comprehension. The family almost lost their little girl because of something done by a perfect stranger. If you're impressed by the story, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. A lot more of fascinating investigations by the psychics are still ahead.